Something big just happened during the State of the Union address last month, and I'm not talking about the strikes on Iran, but I'm talking about the 401k plan. And if you don't have a 401k right now, you need to hear this. On February 24th, 2026, during the State of the Union address, President Trump announced a proposal that would allow the federal government to match retirement contributions up to $1,000 a year for Americans whose employers don't offer a retirement plan. In other words, the government wants to step in and be your employer match. Here's exactly what he said.
Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these oft-forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
Now, before you pick a side on this politically, let me ask you something more important. Is this actually a good idea? Is Congress going to do something about it? And what does the real data tell us about where Americans with a 401k, a TSP, or a 403b actually stand compared to those who have nothing? And because of the gap between those two groups, I'm telling you right now, it is not small. To really understand if this matters, you have to look at the disparity between people who have these accounts and the people who are flying solo. And according to the Economic Innovation Group, more than 40 million Americans working full-time have no workplace retirement plan at all. And on top of that, roughly 49 million people do not get any kind of matching from their employer. And I was watching a video from Business Insider lately where they interviewed these retirees who are trying to survive only on Social Security, and it's heartbreaking to see. And these folks are struggling to pay for a place to live, keep the lights on, and buy groceries. And that's why many of them are still working way past the age they should be just to keep their heads above water. And honestly, it's a very different reality from what retirement used to look like. And you work for a company for 30 years and they gave you a pension, which was a guaranteed check every single month for the rest of your life. But those traditional pensions were expensive for companies because they had to take all the risk and keep paying you no matter how long you lived. So businesses started moving towards 401k plans where the risk is on you, the employee. Now, you are the one responsible for putting money in and picking the investments. Today, very few people in the private sector have a real pension anymore. And the system has shifted from being funded by the boss to being funded by you. And if you're one of these 40 million people without a plan at work, your retirement reality looks very different. So what happened to those Americans who do not have a workplace plan? A lot of them never opened an IRA either. The traditional IRA has been around since 1974 under ERISA, and the Roth IRA came along in 1997. This is decades of opportunity to save on your own, but the problem is an IRA requires you to open an account, fund it yourself, and figure out what to invest in. There's no payroll deduction, no automation, no gentle nudge. And when you make a saving, a manual decision, most people just never get around to it. The typical balance for someone without a workplace plan is often well under $10,000, while long-term 401k participants routinely sit on six-figure balances. And those without plans end up relying on Social Security. And if I'm being completely honest here, those benefits are a bit of a joke when you look at the actual cost of living today. And it was supposed to be one leg of a three-legged stool. And a lot of Americans are hopping around on one leg right now. This is exactly why on December 29th, 2022, the Secure Act 2.0 was signed into law by former President Joe Biden. And this was not some radical new idea. It was a follow-up to the original 2019 retirement legislation. And one of the biggest changes was that Congress did not just encourage retirement savings. It required it. And the law began pushing employers who offer 401k plans to automatically enroll their employees instead of waiting for workers to sign up on their own. And the thinking behind that is pretty straightforward. Behavioral research has shown over and over that people are much more likely to stay in a retirement plan if they're automatically enrolled than if they have to go out of their way to sign up themselves. So starting in 2025, most new 401k and 403b plans are required to automatically enroll eligible employees at a contribution rate between 3% and 10% of their pay, with annual automatic increases up to roughly 10% to 15%, unless the employee actively opts out. And the small businesses with 10 or fewer employees, companies less than 3 years old, churches, and government plans are exempt. But for millions of workers, this means the company now opens the door for you. You are in unless you choose to leave. And that shift in the default behavior, this is a much bigger deal than it sounds. Now, here's what happens the moment people have a retirement account at work. And it's hard to explain until you experience it, but the anxiety around retirement just quiets down a little bit. And it is not just psychological, it is real. When your contributions come straight out of your paycheck before you ever see the money, saving stops being a decision you have to make every month and starts being something that just happens. And you do not have to be disciplined. The system is disciplined for you. And then on top of that, a lot of employers throw in a match, which means on day one, you're already getting a return before the market does a single thing for you. And this is free money. And I do not use that term lightly. Then there's the structure that comes with it. Target date funds, diversified options, and a balance you can actually log in and watch grow. That last part matters more than people realize. When you can see the number going up with every paycheck, retirement stops feeling like some far off thing that may or may not happen for you. It becomes real, it becomes measurable, and it becomes something you actually believe in. That is the difference between someone with a workplace retirement plan and someone who is entirely counting on Social Security. And one group feels like they're building something while the other group is just hoping. Now, take a look at the Fidelity 2025 Retirement Analysis Report. The average employee was contributing about 9.5% of their income into their 401k. Their employers were adding another 4.7% on top of that. So the total going in every year was about 14.2% of pay. That is a serious savings rate. And most of these people are not even thinking about it because it is all automatic. And the average 401k balance came in at $144,000, and the average 403b sat at $131,000, and both are at or near all-time highs. Now, here's a stat that I genuinely did not expect. About 95% of Gen Z contributions are going into Roth accounts, and that tells me the younger generation actually understands the tax game better than we give them credit for. But that is a whole other conversation for another video. And today we're staying focused on the 401k and the 403b because that's where the bulk of the story is. So according to Fidelity, the average American with a 401k is putting away close to 10% of their income, and their employer is stacking another 5% on top of that. And they're not watching the market every day. They're not stressing over which stocks to pick. They set it up once and they leave it alone. And that invest and forget approach, which honestly sounds almost too simple to work, turns out to be one of the most powerful wealth building strategies available to the average American worker. So let me actually show you what that combination of consistent contributions and time does to a retirement account, because once you see the math, you will never look at your 401k the same way again. I want you to picture this. Picture a 25-year-old starting at first real job at $40,000 a year right after college. And their company uses automatic enrollment, so they're automatically enrolled in their 401k at 3% without having to fill out a single form. The employer adds a 3% match on day one. And every year, their salary ticks up by about, let's say, 2%. And the plan's automatic escalation quietly bumps their contribution rate up by 1% each year until they reach a 15% savings rate. Now, here's what I love about this setup. At first, they barely notice the difference in their paycheck. The increases are gradual, but by their mid-30s, they're putting away serious money without ever having made a conscious decision to do so. Now, let the time work. From age 25 to 62, they contribute for 37 years. The portfolio earns an average annual rate of return of 8%. By age 62, they're sitting on approximately $1.4 million. And let that sink in for a second. They did not need to be a stock picking genius. They did not need to time the market. They just had to stay enrolled. And this is the whole secret right here. And here's the thing. The biggest reason most Americans were not saving for retirement had nothing to do with money. It was because of inertia, plain old human laziness, and a lack of financial knowledge. And I say that with love because I have been there too. Before automatic enrollment existed, you had to sit down, fill out paperwork, pick your investment options, decide on a contribution percentage, and actually submit it. And for a huge chunk of the workforce, that to-do list just sat there. Weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and suddenly you're 45. You have never contributed a dime. When employers started defaulting workers into the plan from day one, participation rates jumped almost immediately. And the people who benefited the most were younger workers and lower income workers, the exact group that historically kept putting it off. And the reason it worked is simple. The question completely flipped. It went from, should I start investing, to, do I want to opt out? And when you frame it that way, most people just stay in. That one psychological shift, that tiny change in the default, has done more for retirement savings in this country than any financial literacy program or motivational seminar ever has done. And getting it started early beats timing the market every single time. Then automatic escalation added another layer on top of that. Many plans now gradually increase a worker's contribution rate by about 1% each year until it reaches somewhere around 10% to 15% of their pay. When you combine that with employer matching and decades of compounding growth, people often end up saving far more than they ever expected. And the interesting part is, none of this, it requires financial expertise or incredible discipline. It just requires a small default. And that is the key lesson here. People may procrastinate on decisions, but they rarely undo a good default. And that small behavior insight has done more for American retirement savings than any financial literacy campaign ever could. Now, politics aside, what Trump proposed is basically a TSP-style retirement account for the tens of millions of Americans whose employers do not offer any kind of retirement plan. And whether you like the man or not, this particular idea is one that every American, regardless of party, should be able to get behind. And I actually wrote to Congress about this myself last year when they were working on the One Big Beautiful Bill. And I covered the whole thing in a video back then, so I'll leave the link in the description below if you want to take a look. Now, let me back up for a second, because not everyone knows what the TSP is. TSP stands for Thrift Savings Plan. And think of it as a 401k, but exclusively for federal government employees and military members. And I spent 20 years in the Air Force, so the TSP was the backbone of my retirement savings for a long time. So here's how it works for federal civilian employees under the Federal Employees Retirement System, or FERS. The government automatically drops a 1% contribution into your account, whether you put a single dollar or not. Then they match the next 3% of your contribution dollar for dollar and add 50 cents for every dollar on the next 2% after that. Now, if you contribute 5% of your pay, you walk away with a full 5% from the government on top of it. And that matching structure has been in place since 1987, when FERS replaced the old CSRS, or Civil Service Retirement System, and it deliberately built retirement around three sources: a pension, Social Security, and the TSP. Now, the military side of the story took a little longer to catch up, and for decades, if you served less than 20 years, you left the military with zero retirement savings. Nothing. There was no employer match with the old legacy retirement system, and it left a lot of veterans completely empty-handed at separation. And that changed in 2018 when the blended retirement system came in and extended TSP matching to service members for the first time. And under the system, the DoD, or I guess they're called the DOW now, automatically contributes 1% of basic pay and matches up to another 4% after 2 years of service. Today, the TSP covers about 7.2 million account holders between active employees, service members, and retirees. And what makes this so powerful is that federal workers and military retirees are not just collecting a pension check. They're also sitting on a fully funded investment account in the TSP that gives them flexibility, inflation protection, and something to pass on to a spouse. And that combination right there is what most private sector workers have never had access to. But of course, not everyone is on board with Trump's proposal. And the critics say giving a $1,000 match to 40 million people would cost the government about $40 billion a year. And some people are just worried that this might be a sneaky first step towards getting rid of Social Security for future generations. But the people who like the idea say the TSP proves that a simple, low-cost system works. A lot of small businesses don't offer 401k plans because the paperwork and costs are simply too high for them. And this is exactly the gap the proposal is trying to fix. A national system could remove many of these hurdles. And supporters also point out that Social Security is already under pressure because of declining birth rates and rising costs, which means the country needs better ways for people to build their own retirement savings. But we don't have all the tiny details yet on how this would work mechanically. Congress will have a lot of work to do to build a system that can handle 40 million workers who aren't in the current loop. But the core idea is about behavior. Even a small $1,000 match could change a person's life over 30 or 40 years. It could turn a career with no savings into a career with a real safety net. The real question we have to answer as a country is whether we want retirement to be every man for himself or woman, or if we want to build a basic financial infrastructure that works for everyone, just like we already do for federal workers and military service members. So if this proposal actually becomes law, and I want to be clear that right now it is still an announcement without a detailed plan behind it, and it could genuinely change the retirement picture for millions of Americans who currently have nothing at work. And I've talked about this in the previous videos so many times over the last 3 years. This is not a small number. This is your neighbor, your brother-in-law, your buddy from high school who has been self-employed for 20 years and has barely thought about what comes next, or people who have never had a 401k plan. For them, even $1,000 a year invested consistently over decades is the difference between dignity and dependence in retirement. And that is a conversation worth having, regardless of which side of the aisle you sit on. And this has been another piece of a video, and we got a lot out of it.